When I look at the mind-body theories in this class, I've always had a problem and a critique, and I can't fully subscribe to any of these theories. Regardless, there are theories that I think carry some weight, and I'm more drawn to. My main commitments are that there are both mental and physical properties or phenomena, that we have free will, mental properties have causal power, and that qualia exists. Out of the three theories that I favor, the first one I'm drawn to is emergentism. Emergentism is the organismic dual attribute theory that holds that an organism has both mental and physical attributes. The mental emerging or arising from the physical, and that such mental properties have causal power. This theory puts emphasis on organization or structure at lower levels. The theory is stated as such. 1. The theory that provides the best explanation for the scientific facts about differences between composites and things composing them is most likely true. 2. Emergentism provides the best explanation for the scientific facts about differences between composites and the things composing them. 3. Emergentism is most likely true. My pros for this theory is that emergentism allows for mental properties to have causal power, which is why I prefer emergentism to epiphenomenalism. Free will could be an emergent feature in this theory, and this theory allows for both mental and physical properties. Lower parts are not conscious, unlike panpsychism. I think that the best argument against emergentism is that 1. If emergentism is true, then emergentism must supply some account of how psychological states emerge from physical states. 2. No emergentist has yet supplied an account of how psychological states emerge from physical states. 3. Therefore, emergentism is false. My personal drawbacks for this theory that I don't like is that it doesn't have an explanation for qualia, or the explanation is that it is an illusion, which I just personally don't favor. But I think that this theory has the best explanation of constitution. Next is neutral monism. Neutral monism is the view that the basic entities of reality are neither mental nor physical. The theory goes as follows. 1. Any theory that posits the fewest entities is the best. Occam's razor. 2. Monism posits the fewest entities. 3. Monism is the best theory. 4. If monism is the best theory, then either physicalism, idealism, or neutral monism is the best candidate for being true. 5. Either physicalism, idealism, or neutral monism is the best candidate for being true. 6. If neutral monism does not have any problems that are as serious as or more serious than physicalism and idealism, then physicalism and idealism are not the best candidates for being true. 7. Neutral monism does not have any problems that are as serious or more serious than physicalism and idealism. 8. Physicalism and idealism are not the best candidates for being true. 9. Neutral monism is the best candidate for being true. My personal pros for this is that it doesn't fully erase mental or physical phenomena like idealists and physicalists do. It fixes some of the problems with causality because everything is the same substance, and this also allows for us to find similarities and differences between mental and physical phenomena without fully erasing one or the other. This theory has ontological parsimony via Occam's razor. This is what I think the best argument against neutral monism is. 1. If neutral monists have yet to state clearly what exactly neutral entities are, and neutral monists have yet to specify exactly what kind of conditions qualify neutral entities or occurrences as physical, then neutral monism has problems that are as serious or more serious than physicalism or idealism. 2. Neutral monists have yet to state clearly what exactly neutral entities or occurrences are. 3. Neutral monists have yet to specify exactly what kind of conditions qualify neutral entities or occurrences as physical. 4. Neutral monism has problems that are as serious or more serious than physicalism or idealism. I think the best argument against neutral monism is that neutral monists cannot determine the neutral substance or reality. And this is an objection to premise 7 from the previous argument. My other personal con with this theory is that, again, there is no room for qualia. However, personally, I don't think that having an answer for what the neutral reality or substance is a problem. When I think of this theory, I imagine that this neutral substance to just be existence. but I'm not sure that this solves the problems others have with this theory. Last but not least is Mysterianism, or mind-body pessimism. Mind-body pessimism claims that mind-body problems cannot be solved. This is because they believe that our cognitive capacity is limited in a way that we will never be able to answer this question. The argument goes as follows. 1. There exists some property of the brain that accounts naturalistically for consciousness. 2. We are cognitively closed with respect to that property. 3. There is no philosophical mind-body problem. My personal approach for this theory is that we cannot empirically or introspectively view or measure subjective states or the property of consciousness in the brain. Therefore, it should be impossible to create a philosophical theory that accounts for the causal relation between mind and body. The best argument against Mysterianism or mind-body pessimism is 1. If pessimism-Mysterianism is true, then the mind-body problem is insoluble because of inbuilt cognitive epistemic limitations. 2. If the mind-body problem is insoluble simply because of misguided modern mechanistic assumptions about the metaphysics of causality, then the mind-body problem is not insoluble because of inbuilt cognitive epistemic limitations. 3. The mind-body problem is insoluble because of misguided mechanistic assumptions about the metaphysics of causality. 4. Pessimism-Mysterianism is false. The cons to this theory is that if causal mechanisms cannot be discovered, then there is not a good reason to believe in them. My response to this is that this rejection assumes that we don't know anything about causal relationships or that it is deeply flawed, which I disagree with. If this were the case, I don't see how we would have developed any of the sciences with any certainty at all. While I do think that there is more work that could be done and should be done in fully understanding causal relationships, I don't think that what we have currently in its entirety is incorrect. And I think that this quote from Colin McGinn will exemplify how I feel about this point and about this theory and why I favor it. What creates the philosophical puzzlement is the assumption that the problem must somehow be scientific, but that any science we can come up with will represent things as utterly miraculous. And the solution is to recognize that the sense of miracles comes from us and not the world. While at the end of the day, I'm not sure which theory I fully subscribe to, I think that the things that we see in the world that seem as miracles could be explained by Mysterianism. And I also think that with how the sciences have developed, I don't think that there will ever be a way to fully understand this problem.